Gentlemen No Class is proud to be a part of the HC Universal Network. Gentlemen No Class is produced, mixed, and edited by M5 Studios.
This podcast contains explicit language and is intended for adult audiences. The views and opinions of Gentlemen No Class are strictly for comedic purposes and should not be taken literally. For instance, like this disclaimer. Now grab yourself a pint and enjoy.
Oh, and welcome to another episode of Gentlemen No Class, a podcast that when the going gets weird, the weird turn pro. I'm Jake.
And I'm Rob.
And like it or not, you gentle ladies and gentlemen, we are your sexy hosts for this episode.
Sexy hosts we are right now, yeah?
Yeah, you're sexy, man.
So
I haven't seen you in like a month. So yeah, and
like
you got sexier actually within that month.
Has it been a month? Man,
I don't know.
We have we didn't let life get a hold of us, but it fucking sure got a hold of us, and it's just fucking
bear clawed us, dude.
I mean, it's got bear dick deep down. I mean, we just can't get away from it. Yeah, apologize for the lack of content from this, and that's totally on us. Yeah. We've got new podcast studio being put together, just a lot of life, and surprisingly enough, we don't make a lot of money, any money off of this podcast, so we have other things to do to pay the bills. So, and with the COVID lockdown being officially over in Texas, things are opening back up in a big way. You've been real busy at work, and I've been swamped at work, and I've got, the band's getting booked, and like it's just, man, it's fucking hot outside
like you got
already.
Plenty of shows left and right already now, man.
I know.
That's
and I love it. I mean, we hadn't played a show in a year, a year and a half almost. It feels like. So, yeah. I mean, being able to get out, we played. It's been multiple bands, but I played with my friend Libby Koch over at the Eureka Heights Hootenanny,
right?
And that was like a month and a half ago or so. And then Flashback played the 2021 Lager Rush over there at Eureka Heights, and it was fucking hot. It was really hot outside. But it was a blast. Like it was a really good crowd. The themes that they did for the beers, the Crispy Boys of Summer, was really awesome. They had a hot dog eating contest, and my friend Deandra was singing for us, and her husband was out there, and they were looking for people to compete in the hot dog eating contest. They didn't have enough people to compete, so they were like, anybody want to join in? And he goes up there and he's like, I'll do it. He sits and he just like, free hot dogs, he's like, I'm not winning, I'm just
eating
like 2 hot dogs. I'm done.
So what was the prize? Was there a prize?
A $50 Eureka Heights gift card.
Oh, nice, okay.
Yeah. So nothing to sneeze at,
No, for sure. So what were the like the rules of this contest? Was it like just like the Nathan's hot dog eating contest and on 4th of July? The way
basically,
you get like, do they have like a bucket of water that he dipped the bread in?
No,
is that a time?
It's time.
Event?
It was a timed event. They had God, man. I think it was Bullhorn Tailgaters was the food truck that was out there doing hot dogs, and they were just given like 7 or 8 hot dogs, and like you just eat as many hot dogs as you can. And like they weren't provided drinks, but you could bring a drink up there. So this chick that won, she had a cup of water up there, so she's eating the dogs and dunking the bun in the water. And
I'll be throwing up, dude. If I saw
and I was watching. It was so hot. Like I didn't eat.
Yeah,
I forgot to eat all day. And I was really feeling it. Like I was really bad. Doug was out there running sound, like he was getting lightheaded and shit. Like it was really hot. Like I'm surprised that I made it through that gig without passing out.
Yeah,
like it was that hot. Like when we were loading out, I had to sit down a couple times. Like, just give me a minute. I got in the truck and kicked the AC on and just sat there.
Yeah, fucking keeling over, dude. That heat would do it.
Yeah, it was massive, dude. It was nothing to fuck around with. And that was, man, I'm glad that I'm glad we got to do it, but I'm also glad that it's over, and I don't want to have to do it again. Play outside. I will gladly play at Eureka Heights again, and we'll be playing their 5th anniversary party August 14th.
Okay.
It's a Saturday. It's going to be an all-day event. We won't be the only band playing, but we will definitely be the best band playing.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, flex it.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that now. You know, but yeah, like I'm excited for that.
So which band's playing?
He hasn't.
No, your
Flashback.
band.
Yeah,
Flashback.
Flashback's playing. So if anybody cares, that I mean, you can go to flashbackhouston.com if you want to see what we're playing. We're playing. We've got a couple of gigs coming up. July 17th at Tony's Mexican Restaurant in the Heights. We're playing out in the parking lot.
Oh, okay.
They're doing a big parking lot thing. It's a really bomb-ass Mexican restaurant. I really love it. They don't do tortilla chips. They do chicharrones instead of tortilla chips.
What?
Yes.
Okay.
Super keto friendly.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah. Fucking, that's like, that's worse than tortilla chips, no?
No,
Yeah,
there's no carbs in chicharrones.
but yeah, it's like fucking just pig fat in it. It's just like skin.
Yeah, that's perfect for keto.
Well, it's perfect for keto, but not perfect for your arteries, I would assume.
Well, it depends. Like, I get my cholesterol and my blood work done all the time since I started doing keto.
Well, I mean, well, no, not keto. Keto's fine. I'm talking about the fucking chicharron. Like, it's like if you put that in your everyday diet, that cannot be good. Even though it is keto friendly.
No, I'm not going to put it
I
in
know.
my
I'm
everyday
just
diet.
saying. But I mean, like, okay, that's ballsy that they replace tortilla chips with that.
Well, I mean, I guess.
I don't know. I mean, you like it apparently.
I love it.
and you're not of the Mexican-esque culture. You know
But
what I mean? That says something. The fact that you like it. You know what I mean? So
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't
might be good.
I don't like spicy foods, which is
Whack.
kind of weird.
Whack.
I know, living in Texas, I get that all the time. But I mean, one of the things, like, I was raised in a very
right.
highly Hispanic neighborhood.
Then you're like one of your best friends.
Yeah. I get the culture. I mean, I don't front that I'm part of the culture, but I get it. I mean, hell, Randy.
That's what I'm saying, Randy.
Randy's one of my best friends, and like I grew up.
Yeah, when I said one of your best friends, you kind of like, who the fuck is he talking about?
Multiple people. Well, when I was a little kid and I lived with my mom, like the neighborhood that we lived in was probably 90% Hispanic.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and the school was probably 80% Hispanic. You know, so I mean, I like I said, I get the culture. And you know, like I grew up around it, so I mean, I understand it. I don't pretend to be like all like part of it or anything, but I do understand it for the most part.
Right.
I don't speak Spanish even a little bit though.
but you don't like spicy food. But you don't like crawfish.
I do like crawfish.
There's a little spice.
A little spice, but it's not as lingering as some of the Spanish spices.
Okay.
I don't. Maybe I just don't like
Spanish
jalapeno.
is a language.
But it's also a flavor of food.
Is it?
Yeah, Spanish food.
Okay.
Style of food, Mexican cooking.
I don't know. Okay, whatever. I'm not here to debate.
Yeah.
I'm just here to call you out. That's all.
That's fine. Systemic racism. Call me out on it.
But no crawfish. I haven't not had crawfish at all this year.
Really?
And it's already at the tail end. That sucks.
I've had so much crawfish this year.
Does your wife like crawfish?
No. She does
Okay.
not
I
eat
was trying to use
crawfish.
that as like, my wife doesn't like crawfish. I can't, but no excuse.
But my dad likes crawfish.
Okay, well, so you're right.
My sister likes crawfish.
Well, you got people
everybody
that love-
likes crawfish except my wife.
Okay, well,
even Edie eats crawfish.
That's awesome.
She doesn't know how to really peel them. I have to kind of peel them for the most part, but she will eat them because her cousins eat them.
Okay.
So
Cool.
her cousins are just like, you know, a little bit younger than her. So, and I mean like maybe less than a year. So they're all the same age, you know. So they all eat crawfish. So Edie eats crawfish.
Very cool. Very cool.
Speaking of, I'll take some pictures and put it up on social media, like our first pictures of the new podcast studio as we're taking stuff down and moving stuff in, and getting things set up. And Edie made me this awesome sign that she hand painted.
That's impressive, man.
She made that for me for Father's Day. She couldn't wait to give it to me, so she gave it to me like last weekend.
That is cool. Please describe the sign.
I mean, it is a black. It looks like a chalkboard almost, but it's our Gentleman No Class, like graffiti. Not the graffiti, but so she based that off of our hats.
Oh, nice. Yes.
So
okay.
it's like the calligraphy script of Gentleman No Class with our TV headphones logo on it. That she did use some tracing techniques on the logo and stuff like that, but everything else she did by hand, and it's really nice. I really like it. I think I'm gonna put it up above that window.
That is badass. That is impressive. And thankfully she did that because I bought you about another year on this podcast before I kick you out.
Before you kick me
Before
out?
I kick you out.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So you can thank Edie. All right.
You kick me out. I'm gonna keep doing Gentleman No Class.
That's fucking awesome. But no, that is impressive. I was like, wow, that's a badass, and it's very fitting for this new studio that you're building here.
Yeah. I mean, it's like I keep getting new stuff for the podcast to guilt trip Jake into sticking around.
Yeah.
Because
what you think I'm checking out here or what?
I don't know, man. Everybody keeps quitting, so I keep feeling like it's me.
No. I'm not checking out. It's just life happens.
We get it. I get it. Shit, it's been happening to me too. So
yeah.
we're working on some other stuff. We've been talking about trying to that squad casting where we don't have to where we can actually get some content together without actually having to be together.
Pull out in a pinch,
Yeah, if we need to.
I can't make it out here.
Still
do it.
And that'd be cool to be able to do stuff like that. So I mean, we'll see how it goes. I don't know that I travel a lot, so that'd be cool to be able to podcast on the road still. You know what I mean?
That's true. That's a good point.
Somebody has to have all the equipment for me to call into, and
whatever.
You kind of got rid of your mixer, didn't you?
Yes and no, because I am actually going to get it again. Because that's why I was trying to figure out like what equipment do I need. Thing is, I got rid of it because I initially bought it because we were going to do the podcast at my house because of my daughter was just born. But we never really did that, so I was like, "Well, fuck, it's just collecting it." I used it maybe once or twice.
Yeah,
there's really no point. But if there's going to be use for it, I mean, I have no qualms on repurchasing it. So yeah, that's something I definitely want to do.
Something we can revisit if it needs to happen. But yeah, I mean, we had that great idea where we were going to alternate weeks, and then you were just like, "I need to get out of the fucking house," and you were just like, "No, we're doing it at your house."
Yeah, we're just going in your house. Yeah, it gives me a reason to drink some Eureka Heights.
I should have said that was going to happen because I kind of knew that was going to happen. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, every new father goes through that. I mean, and even though this was your second kid, like, man, it's just like you need some you time. You know what I mean? Like, you just need a couple hours a week where you can do something away from the kids and let your wife do something away from the kids. And
exactly. No, the fathers will know about that. Speaking of that, when you hear this, I hope everyone has had a great Father's Day.
Yeah.
Do you have any plans?
Father's Day weekend. My plans are to do as little as possible. Nice. We're gonna go hang out with my dad. And go swimming over at his house on Saturday. So my dad is a big purveyor of tequila. He really likes like rare tequilas.
Okay.
So, and like really expensive tequilas, like añejo tequilas and, just stuff that's you don't find like at your everyday specs and stuff like that. So, I don't know if you remember there was a special tequila that Tesla released. I don't know if you saw it on social media.
No.
They sold a Tesla tequila that came in like a glass lightning bottle.
Of course they did. Why would they do that?
It was a special blend that Elon like talked somebody into. But it was, so my dad was like, "Have you seen this Tesla tequila?" And I was like, yeah, I saw it. Like, of course I saw it.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Man, can you get some?" And I was like, "No." I was like, "It's for sale, just like you can get it." And he's, "Oh, it's sold out in the first 2 hours."
Wow.
And so it just so happened that they offered up another batch, and I happened to get in and get a bottle.
Oh, did you? Nice.
Yeah, and I hadn't told him.
Oh,
so I'm going to give it to him
awesome.
for Father's Day.
That's badass. That's badass.
My wife's like, "How much was that bottle of tequila?" And I was
don't
like,
worry about it.
It was like $250. It's pretty expensive.
I bet. No, I would have said about $2.
Yeah, but for what it is, like, he'll really appreciate it. Mm-hmm. And it's not like
does he collect it or does he drink tequila?
He collects it, but at the same time, like, he's not gonna not drink it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, why have something you can't enjoy?
Of course.
You know what I mean? So yeah, like he'll crack it open.
Have you ever had mezcal? I
have not.
Yeah,
I'm sure that he has.
It's the one with I think it's the worm.
With the
inside.
worm in it. Big worm.
I remember back in my party days, like last month, I ate the worm and I put it in a shot of Jack Daniels like an idiot. I was fucking drunk. But yeah, it was there and pulled the worm out, had a shot of Jack.
Why didn't you put it in the mezcal?
There was no more mezcal. Oh. That's why I got to the worm, because it was an empty bottle. Oh. Yeah, but that was kind of dumb.
Did you get sick?
No, I mean, I was already drunk. If I got sick, I would have gotten sick a long time ago, because it was twirling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At that point, that's the only reason I did it. But those were the days, like Edith Bunker, man.
Those were the days.
Yeah.
So let's run through some news and catch some people. I mean, not current events news, but like just happenings news. So we are doing Comic Palooza this year.
It's official.
It is July 17th and 18th at the George R. Brown. Mm-hmm. It is a very reduced show this year.
It's very possible that they're going to add more guests to the.
I think, but they have a very minimal footprint in the George R. Brown available right now, right? Because the Dr. Seuss thing,
Dr. Seuss exhibit on and that's why I don't think they're doing panels. I'm not too sure. Don't quote me on that, but. Usually the panels on the first floor, or the second floor.
Second floor, yeah.
Excuse me. And there's a Dr. Seuss exhibit, so
so
the whole downstairs first floor is open to the Comic Palooza deal.
So we'll be. I think our schedule is around 1:30 to 2:15.
to 2:15 is our
schedule. Yeah. So we'll be broadcasting. I say broadcasting. We'll be recording, podcasting direct from the Comic Palooza floor. 1:30 to 2:15
on Saturday.
On Saturday, July 17th.
Yes, sir.
So we will be out there doing that. We will be hosting, and we'll be spending the morning trying to get people involved. I think we're going to be doing some kind of Saved by the Bell trivia. Is that what we decided we're going to try to roll with?
That's the idea for the podcast episode. As far as that, the idea for a panel, I have not gotten word on doing a panel or anything.
Right. That's what I'm saying. The podcast episode is going to be on the floor.
On the floor.
Right. We're going to be doing that on Saved by the Bell. We're going to try to get as many people involved as we can.
Sure.
Because we will have, we are going to have prizes to give away. Hopefully, Gentlemen No Class stuff. I don't know. We're working on getting some more merch and stuff like that.
For sure.
Jake, you need to order some more merch.
On it.
I just thought of that right now.
That's
put it on your to-do list. Yeah. And Eureka Heights has been generous enough to offer up some free beer tokens, and some swag, which is again from the office, stuff we all get. Such bullshit. It's so funny though.
Yeah, it's awesome.
But anyway, so yeah.
So the premise of it, what is it? We're just gonna dish out trivia questions, and if you get it right,
I haven't got that far yet.
Oh, you haven't got that. Oh, but it's coming.
It's coming.
You're priming it right now.
Yeah, I'm priming it. So I think that maybe we bring out the wheel, the event, from 2018.
Yeah.
No, 2019. 2019 Comic Palooza, and you spin the wheel and get a category, and then we'll do categories like Bayside High.
Yeah. Valley High. The teachers or
what? I thought it was Bayside High.
Bayside High.
And their rivals Valley High.
Valley, yeah.
What's the restaurant?
The Max.
The Max. It's not the Peach Pit. The Peach Pit was
90210. Yes. That's same thing.
And then we'll do the characters can each have a square. We'll do Zach, Kelly, Lisa, AC, Screech.
And
Jesse.
Yeah.
They'll each have one, and then we'll have a faculty square.
Yeah, faculty, yeah. That'd be cool.
Yeah. And then and then maybe cameos.
Cameos. Yeah, we could do cameos, man. There was a couple.
There's a lot of cameos in there. Some good ones.
Yeah. I like that. So I still believe no one can stump me on any Saved by the Bell. That this used to be my all-time favorite show, Guilty Pleasure. I remember back in high school, back in middle school. Come home. Hey, what do you mean in high school? But I would come home and there was 4 back-to-back episodes that 2 ran on TBS Superstation, like from 4 to 5, and then from 5 to 6, it was on WGN.
So you would just watch them back to
Dude,
back?
just back to back to back to back, and it was like fucking 5 days a week.
Those are the only 2 channels that came in clear on
yeah,
my TV.
exactly. Goddamn. But to this day, I even go online to see if they can give me like some hard questions, and I've been stumped, but it's very rare. So,
Okay.
So to be prepared.
So I think that what we'll do is like maybe we'll run it just like MCU trivia. You know what I mean? Like you come up, you spin the wheel, answer a trivia question, and you win a small prize. And then or maybe you spin the wheel, you get a trivia question right, then you get a chance to ask you a question for a prize.
Yeah.
But what will end up happening is you'll get a prize regardless.
Yeah.
Because we don't want to walk away with prizes.
Because by the time 1:30 hits, I'm about 4 or 5 beers deep in. Yeah. We're gonna start early.
After we're done
gonna
with
start
Comic
middle time.
Palooza, 2:15 is when we're done with our time slot. You could, you're already going to be in the area, so like you can, if you're at Comic Palooza, just mosey on over to Tony's that night, and you can catch Flashback playing.
We're segueing.
Yeah, we'll segue
where's
back
Tony's
into that. Tony's is in the Heights. It's
not that far from there.
Yeah, it's not that far from there. About 15, 20 minutes probably. So yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
You can see me stressed out.
Yeah, you'll be going to Comic Palooza doing that gig or that show, and you're going to Tony's and
Just
doing
own
that
it,
show.
dude. Just lean into it.
But while you're there, and you want to partake in that Say by the Bell trivia with Gentlemen No Class, you can also mosey on over to Comic Palooza before you go to Rob's show.
Yeah, gig.
And meet Zach Morris and AC Slater
That's
themselves.
right. They will be there.
Yeah.
Along with they added the entire cast of they added like 4 people from The Mandalorian. Carl
Gus
Weathers,
Fring.
Gus Fring.
That's not his name. But
No, Giancarlo Esposito. Who else is on there that they added?
Chun-Li from Street Fighter.
Ming-Na Wen.
I'm using their character
I got
actors.
it.
Actors.
I'm going to try to get their actors' names by you telling me.
Who else? There's another one, I think, right? No, I think that's it. I think that's
they've added a couple of like high profile
Katie Sackhoff.
Katie Sackhoff, yeah. Battlestar Galactica, Katie Sackhoff.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Battlestar Galactica. What character was she in? I forget the Mandalorian.
She was Bo-Katan. She was the Mandalorian that.
There you go. You're right. At the tail end of season 2, she made more of an appearance. Oh, okay. You're right. Yeah.
She was also the character of Bo-Katan was in the Clone Wars TV show.
Really?
Also.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting to catch up on that. Anybody you're looking forward to at meeting or at Comic Palooza, or at least maybe not meeting, but
no, not really.
Not really. Okay. There's this picture of Zach Morris and AC Slater with their shirts unbuttoned. I'm gonna do my best to try to get them to sign that.
What we should do is
put it like in the.
What we should do is we should recreate that me and you, and then you should get them to sign it.
There you go.
We could recreate that picture, and then you Photoshop Zach Morris and AC Slater's face on our bodies, and then you.
They probably won't sign. They'll probably be pissed off.
Whatever, dude. They'll be laughing their ass off.
That is clever.
You can make that one of the prizes for the trivia.
One of the prizes for the trivia.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a glossy.
Didn't we have a picture of Raph for one of the trivia prizes back in the day?
No, we tried to get Paul to do a picture, and he would never. His little sensitive ass wouldn't do it.
Oh, okay.
He never would take the picture. Remember, he was going to do like he got high and thought it was hilarious and agreed to it, and then he never would. Like he got all nervous and wouldn't actually do the picture.
That's fucking great. Classic Paul. But it's going to be fun. They're only doing 2 days this year, which is a bummer, but we understand it because COVID, by all means, put a dent in everyone's life.
For sure.
It's crazy because I work in customer service, right? And we just lifted our face masks as for employees 3 days ago.
You're in retail. I mean, that's
right.
understandable.
Right. But I mean, people that come in, they don't wear it, they wear it, whatever. But us as employees, we kind of wear it just to bridge the the customers
Encourage
that come in,
them.
yeah, like, okay, if you wear it, cool, but if you don't wear it, we're still with you, I guess, right? But now, so I'm not wearing it. It's so freaking weird, and it's crazy how used to it, even it's only been a year and some change, that you can get for wearing a mask everywhere you go. It's insane.
Yeah, and it's we just ended our mandatory mask mandate at work.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah.
I'm tired of it. I mean, whatever.
Yeah,
you know what
exactly.
I mean? Like, you put politics aside. Whatever. It doesn't fucking matter at this point. You know, it's like I can be tired of the masks. It's, you know what I mean? Like, that's my personal opinion. You know, so I'm just tired of having to wear the masks at fucking work everywhere. You know what I mean? So yeah. So I mean, fuck. I'm vaccinated, so I don't give. Like, I was talking to one of my coworkers, and like, it doesn't prevent you from getting coronavirus. It just makes you, like, it makes it
Symptoms less.
Makes the symptoms less if you get it, and you won't die. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, I was okay with not getting, like, I was okay with not wearing a mask and risking it before. You know what I mean? Like, just
it's just the people with the underlying conditions, and people know that, okay,
That's
you can
fine.
die from it. No, they're the ones that should be
wearing the
mask or staying inside. It's always been like that.
Always have been. That should have been the thing to begin with. But she was like, well, it doesn't matter. Like, you're doing this. And I was like, I don't give a fuck about anybody else. I got vaccinated to protect myself.
You know what the new thing is going to
Herd immunity be damned. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I got vaccinated to protect myself. I'm not wearing the masking.
Right. The new thing is going to be is people are going to be questioning you. Hey, did you get vaccinated? And now it's like
judging you
and judging.
And
It's a
that's
judgmental question.
Well, that's the thing, is that they're going to be judging you based on. Well, they do the same thing already. I bet you voted for Trump. I bet you got vaccinated. Same shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just, I don't even know which one, like, which side hates the vaccines, or you know what I mean? Like, and
right.
we're talking about. You want to talk about conspiracy theories? I got a conspiracy theory I want to talk about.
We're all sterile now because of the vaccine.
Yeah,
okay. I probably was sterile before the vaccine. Whatever.
Yeah,
a lot of beers.
I can tell you this. A buddy of mine, that got the vaccine right when they first came out, got the Pfizer vaccine. I can tell you 100% he is not sterile. So,
well, good for him. Congratulations.
That is a goddamn lie.
I don't know him, but congratulations, sir.
Yeah, apparently he got 2 chicks pregnant.
Oh shit!
So you can't just say, "Oh, it's just a one-off." No. All 3 of them have vaccinated, and they're still popping out kids. So it's idiocracy all over. It's starting.
Yeah. Well, when we give you idiocracy, I'm gonna give you idiocracy.
Yeah, give it to me.
Before you get into your own little thing. Some guy comes up to me, my old coworker, pays a visit, and talks about the vaccination. I told him, yeah, I got vaccinated. Like, man, you should have done that. Whatever. He was talking about how, and this is how the fake news and it spreads, and people gravitate to whatever and their fellow person says, and that's true and whatnot, and that's how chaos erupts.
Yeah,
he's like, there's metal in that vaccine, and it's like a magnet. You can stick metal to it, and they're injecting you with metal and all that shit. I'm like, that's bullshit. Whatever. He showed me videos and stuff like that. That's fucking bullshit. But my dumb ass when I went home, I tried it like an idiot. And I wanted to slap myself because I'm like, Jake, you're a fucking idiot for doing this, because you're encouraging this fake news and all this shit to spread because you let that guy manipulate my own belief and thought to try that,
Yeah,
experience.
you let somebody...
Exactly.
You let that
like
happen because you know damn well that was a
bullshit,
lie, and it was bullshit.
It was going to eat me up, and like, I got to try it. But that's the type of shit that pisses me off. Because this fucking guy spreads it to someone else, and someone believes it, and that's just.
Well, here's the conspiracy I've heard 2 different conspiracies. One from somebody that actually, like, this actually makes a little bit of sense. They're like, the conspiracy is that Chinese and Russian governments and hackers or whatever started the rumor that the vaccines are poison or whatever, they're bad for us. To keep the health of the American people down, That's what started the anti-vax movement and shit like that to lessen the health overall of Americans and weaken us as a population.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that to prepare for the invasion or whatever,
of course.
if that's actually going to happen. But then the second conspiracy theory that I heard was that the vaccine was, or the COVID virus was a man-made virus, like Trump claimed it was, but because Trump was president, like everybody discounted it, and it was released on purpose because he was president. And if had the Democrats had the Democrats had the White House, it wouldn't have happened. Or if it did happen, it wouldn't have been blown this far out of proportion.
So because Trump was in office,
they wanted to leverage that
Yeah.
to get him out and make him look bad. Because the proof on it was somebody said that, like, when Obama was president, and I didn't. This is totally an internet-based, non-fact-checked opinion
from the Onion. Yeah.
This is. Somebody call me out if this is not true, but the article that I read said that during Obama's administration, H1N1 was out, and it killed, several thousand 70,000, 80,000 Americans.
That's the swine flu, right?
Yeah, something like that. And there was no lockdown, no quarantine, nothing.
Megan got the swine flu. My wife got it when she was at A&M.
And
It was just like the flu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the, and I think that, like, the thing is that people forget is, like, I think that people still fail to realize, like, just how bad this coronavirus and its lingering effects can be. And that's what makes people point to, like, it could possibly be a man-made virus, because they said that the point of origin for the coronavirus is within, like, 200 yards of the Wuhan lab of virology where they were studying this thing. Like, there's a market like 250 yards away, and that's where it originated. How can that be, like, that much coincidence?
Right. No.
You know what I mean? And then now, like, the Fauci emails are coming out and finding out that, like, he was subvertly funding testing, testing to weaponize or whatever, like the exploration of possibly making the virus usable for bad purposes. I forget what the term they use is, but
Interesting. Well, I mean, it is a great case study because this is the first time they've shut down the world.
It's not true.
Well, since the 20s, like, got people
100
wearing
years.
masks and everything like that. You know what I mean? It's just, okay, that's a different type of people back in the 20s. Now, it's a new type of people with social media and how fast.
Stupid fucking people.
It is the same stupid fucking people. You're right. And how fast we are quick to attack each other.
Oh, yeah.
Because of social media. And if we were to follow the rules.
So divisive, dude.
It's insane.
This whole country's so divisive right now.
But, and I hate to be part of the class of millennial, the ones that bitch a lot about everything. And I don't know why I'm talking like there's a question mark at the end of my sentence, but
I'm Ron Burgundy.
Anyways,
Damn it! Who put a question mark on the teleprompter?
I'm Ron Burgundy. Hey, go fuck yourself, San Diego. That's fucking great.
Oh, Jesus.
Stings the nostrils. Oh, we could do a whole fucking segment.
It always goes
Anchorman.
down smooth. I think I have that on the sound bank.
What does he say? It works every time. Fuck.
70% of the time it works every time. Oh, here it is. Here it is.
Classic.
Drink it in. It always goes down smooth.
Oh, I love that movie. That movie is fantastic.
Oh, Jesus.
Super duper.
Hey, all you cool cats and kittens.
Tiger King.
Still one of my all-time favorites.
He didn't get the pardon, huh? Tiger King. He's still in
I
jail.
don't think so. I thought that didn't they let him out? I thought that.
I don't know. I don't know.
Anyway,
You lose.
Tiger King.
Day.
So yeah.
Anyway,
Anyways,
so there was you haven't watched it yet, and I'm dying to talk about it. So I'm going to talk about it, and then you can catch up later.
sure.
But we finally got some new Marvel content. I don't know that we've really talked about Falcon and the Winter Soldier. You haven't seen it. You did watch WandaVision, though.
Yes, and that was fantastic.
Yeah, so they're changing format. They were doing episodes every Friday of new Disney Plus TV shows. Now they're doing new episodes every Wednesday of new TV shows. So Loki is out, and there's new episodes every Wednesday now. So no more TGIF. Now it's
well, it depends on your schedule. You just
true.
wait till
I just watched it today,
so Friday, yeah,
because I didn't have time to watch it before that. But watching this Loki TV show, man, like it's gonna completely change the MCU. Like it's gonna completely rewrite the MCU. Like,
really.
I knew that there was a couple of people that had rumored that that Loki, the TV show, was going to be the one that introduced the multiverse.
Okay.
And I was like, well, how are they gonna do that? Like, are they just gonna? I was like, is this gonna be lame if it's just gonna be like, oh, the multiverse, here it is? You know what I mean? It better be something like some kind of event that happens, or something like that creates the multiverse, and like that's where we're fighting against, or whatever, because that's how you get variants of different, people.
Feige's no fool. I'm sure he's gonna give.
I'm sure he has this shit planned out to a fucking T.
I wouldn't be too worried about it.
Just like when Steven and Kyle were on, and Steven always says like, there are no mistakes in the MCU, or very few, not anymore at least. There have been a couple of missteps where they've said the wrong thing, and you're like, ooh, that doesn't add up. You know what I mean? But like,
so when you set the bar that high, when you fuck up, can that ruin them? Because they have great
it would
great
have
record.
it would have to be real bad. I mean, they would have to backtrack pretty hard on something. And I mean, kind of like, they've done it before, and they did. They
Hulk with Banner.
No. Because Eric Bana, that's not in the MCU.
No, you're right. It's not an MCU.
But no, I mean, but they have done, stuff like that. Some stuff they just don't talk about. Some stuff
explanation.
Okay, so the first Thor movie, as Odin is walking through his treasure room, there's an Infinity Gauntlet with all the Infinity Stones on it. And then in Ragnarok, they end up in the thing, and she's like, fake, and pushes it over. You know what I mean?
Oh,
she's like, a lot of these things in here are fakes. You know what I mean? And you're like, oh, okay. Because, we already knew that the Infinity Stones and the Infinity War was coming and stuff
Obviously,
like that.
right.
But at the time they wrote Thor, they didn't know
that. So they had to, but they fixed it, though.
In that one take, fake,
yeah. So, I mean,
real easy. But the biggest misstep that they had was at the beginning of Spider-Man Homecoming.
Okay.
When, after the Battle of New York, it's the flash forward 8 years when it should have only been 6 years.
Okay.
That's a big, because if everything happens in the year that the movie was released, which Kevin Feige has said that should have been 6 years, not 8 years. Okay. So that's a big, but they just don't mention it anymore.
I got you. Yeah. Why? Okay. In what movie did they show? I forget what it was. It might have been the end of the Avengers first movie, maybe. I don't know. Howard the Duck. He was in one of the
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Guardians. Why was he there? Or that
he was in the Collector's Collection.
The Collector's Collection.
Yeah.
And that's a Marvel comic.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. I'm just saying it has nothing. There's no tie into what's going on in the MCU, though.
No, I don't think so. I mean, like Howard the Duck was. I mean, it was a bullshit kind of character, but I mean, in the comics, like.
It was an outer space, Back to the Future, kind of.
I mean, it was more like
with no time
did you ever
travel,
play like Leisure Suit Larry on like? I mean, it's just like it's a ridiculous shit. Like he was a sex crazed duck. You know what I mean, from space. But I mean,
but wouldn't you be a sex crazed duck if you had what's her name, fucking Marty McFly's mom as the one that you're trying to bang?
Oh yeah, that's true.
Forget her name.
God damn it!
It gets away from me. But I mean, I think every guy.
It's not Tia Leone. That's
no. It's I cannot believe it we don't know the name.
Damn it!
And I'm gonna have to look it up.
Crispin Glover played his dad. Leah Thompson.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I mean,
if I was in the '80s, I would
So I mean, but like Howard the Duck, like, but what I'm saying, like, is in the comics, Howard, like, he didn't play a major role, but he was in every single major story. Like when they did whole arcs, they did comic issues of Howard the Duck. Like,
really?
What he was doing, like. He had to register for Civil War for the
so
registration
there were
act.
tie-ins.
Yeah, they were definitely tie-ins and
interesting.
stuff.
I didn't know that.
So yeah, it's not like he was like a long forgotten character. There's a couple of issues of Howard the Duck where he's having to register for the Superhuman Registration Act and shit like that. I mean, it's stupid, but I mean, it's Howard the Duck.
It's Howard the Duck. I mean, it's fucking great.
Yeah,
I used to love that movie when I was younger, man.
I haven't seen that movie in forever. You know what? I saw an ad the other day for Masters of the Universe.
Oh, okay.
Like the old Dolph Lundgren one.
Yeah.
And I was like, I kind of want to watch this. But then I started remembering it in my head. And I was like, I remember it being nothing like the TV show.
Well,
Like it took
the
place
cartoon
on
TV
yeah,
show?
yeah, it took place on Earth instead of Eternia. And apparently I was like, oh man, I remember like there was no Orca, whatever his name is, the little ghost looking guy.
Right.
I was like, man, I don't want to watch this.
What's that thing with Conan? Right? Wasn't Conan like nothing like the comics?
I never read that was yeah.
I
never
could be
read the
wrong.
comics.
I don't know, but
I don't
bringing
know.
Arnie, I don't know.
But those were like, I mean, people like the Conan stuff because like Frank Franzetta did the covers and stuff like that, and like he was really badass illustrator.
I was talking about the wrestler, the WCW Conan, but no. I'm sorry.
No, you weren't.
But go back to your MCU.
Anyway, so Loki, like,
Yes.
So far, like this is, spoiler alert if you haven't watched it, but you
I'm gonna catch up. I'm gonna watch it.
You should
I like
watch
Loki.
it. The first episode's a little slow as they're building it because this is a big like turn.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's a huge like kind of rewriting the reality of what we know without rewriting it, just kind of giving us some backstory of like how things work. And you know, it's for the basically the way that it works is where the show starts is from Endgame when Loki picks up the Tesseract
Right.
and disappears. Basically, that wasn't supposed to happen. That wasn't ordained by the sacred timekeepers. And so they talk about like in the beginning, there was mass multiversal wars. And the timekeepers came along and condensed everything into one. They got rid of the chaos and condensed everything into one timeline, the sacred timeline. Okay. And that's what, and they created the TVA, the Time Variance Authority. And their job is to maintain the sacred timeline. And when you break the sacred timeline, the TVA steps in and prunes you, like deletes you, and then they set off a charge that kills that branched timeline. Mm-hmm. So basically, like when Loki picks up the Tesseract, he wasn't supposed to do that, so they were supposed to delete him. But the TVA at the time is fighting. They're having their soldiers, their Minutemen is what they call them, as they go to different events where there's Nexus events. So if you remember from WandaVision where they talk about like the Nexus,
right.
and a Nexus is like something that a Nexus event is something that crosses over all the multiverses. It connects all of them at that one point. It's the same thing happening in all of them. That's what a Nexus event is. So in Loki, the TV show, that was a Nexus event that caused a branch timeline. So they were trying to clip it. But there's another variant that they don't know who it is that's ambushing the Minutemen as they show up to clip a branch timeline and killing them and taking their reset charges. So Owen Wilson's character kind of shows Loki, because we lose all of Loki's character development that takes place from the Avengers movie through Infinity War, or the beginning of Infinity War when he dies. Right. And he kind of like trying to get into Loki's head, and he shows him his like path in life kind of thing, you know. And Loki's like, I can't go back, can I? You know, he's like, no, like that, you can't go anywhere. Like if you were to meet yourself, it would just cause a branch and we would clip it. Like you couldn't do that. Like you don't exist. Like this is your destiny kind of thing. You know, like free will doesn't exist, which is I mean, think about it, kind of sucks. But I mean, it's one of those things like as he's moving through, we're only 2 episodes in, but they tell him at the end of the episode 1 who the variant that they're trying to catch is him. It's a variant of Loki.
Okay.
And he's like, what? And so at the end of the 2nd episode, it's a female version of Loki. You came in and caught that, but she had collected all these reset charges and used the Time Minutemen's wrist thingy to wire up a deal that opened up time doors underneath each one of them and started blowing holes in the sacred timeline, causing branches everywhere.
Right.
Basically, I think that her end goal here is to make a multiverse. And that's what's going to set up the multiverse.
Obviously, yes.
Yeah.
And then it ends with Loki
following her into the time door.
Yeah.
So I think, so I don't think that the Loki TV show is going to wrap this up. I think that this is going to be like the multiverse thing is going to be wrapped up with Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness.
Okay.
So,
how many episodes of Loki is there? Or are there going to be?
They're an hour apiece. I think they're probably 6.
But so it's gonna run over Black Widow's launch, right? Like
so I bought tickets to Black Widow. I texted you.
I got to cash app you, by the way. All right.
Yeah.
Well, tonight.
We'll work that out.
What it is.
Tickets for Black Widow went on sale. That's going to be our first foray back into the movie theaters. That I had to make it an MCU movie.
Yeah.
So we'll go opening night to Black Widow. Maybe we should do a live stream, some video stuff like we did for Infinity War.
Yeah. Let's do it. And that's July
8th. It comes out July 9th, which is a Friday, but July 8th is a Thursday.
There's no more midnight launches, thank God.
Yeah, thank God. They started moving those to 7 p.m. the night before.
All right. I will not be wearing a mask, sir.
How many episodes?
Right?
Told 6 episodes.
6 episodes, and we're seeing that. Okay, so it is barely going to overlap Black Widow. So I'm trying to see if there's going to be any tie-in to this movie.
I don't know because Black Widow was supposed to be out first.
Right, but why did they push it back?
Well,
COVID?
because it's a movie and they spent millions of dollars on it.
Right. But you don't think that anything has to do with Loki's storyline at all? Maybe? No?
I don't know. I don't think so. I can't imagine what the overlap would be because this Black Widow movie takes place after Civil War.
Right.
So I can't imagine that there's any overlap. There could be, but I don't think so. This movie was supposed to come out first. So Loki is introducing us to the TVA. And Black Widow, why would I don't think so.
Okay.
I mean,
fair enough.
They could be a post-credit scene of
oh, there will be a post-credit scene, I'm sure.
Like a TVA authority figure showing up and bombing that timeline or something like that. I think one of the coolest things about the Loki TV show, what kind of takes the wind out of Loki's sails is he fights to get free while he's locked up there, and he gets the Tesseract and he's trying to leave and his magic doesn't work at the TVA, wherever they are. Mm-hmm. They operate within this hole in time and space. So and then he tracks down this guy. He's got this cart that he's like the mailman, the mail boy or whatever. And he gets the Tesseract out of the cart and he opens the drawer to the cart and there's just piles of Infinity Stones inside the cart. And he's like, oh yeah, we get a lot of those here. Some of the guys use them as paperweights. He's like, Infinity Stones mean nothing here. And he's like, yeah, I guess they don't do it and so that's what kind of finally takes the wind out of Loki's sails, and he's like, wow, getting the Tesseract or getting an Infinity Stone is not going to do shit.
Not going to do shit here. Yeah, that's hilarious. Well, I mean, it's they're doing it right, man. Fucking Marvel once again.
Once again, man.
The WB execs are not happy with the final product of the Batman.
Really?
I don't know what that means. If they're going to push it back, they're going to redo things. I don't know. But
well, their judgment is severely flawed historically.
Yeah. Their track record is not great, man.
No, it isn't.
So maybe if they don't like it, just release it because it's probably what the fans want.
You know,
You know what I mean?
Zack Snyder cut.
Yeah.
I think I talked about this the last episode, but I watched Tenet. Have you seen it?
No, you mentioned that. No,
But
I have
Robert
not.
Pattinson is in that movie, and
He's a great actor.
He's really good in that movie.
Yeah.
I was really pleasantly
Robert
surprised.
Pattinson, man, he gets a lot of flack for being the guy from Twilight. But, you know, when I saw him in Water for Elephants, Christoph Waltz, I believe his name is, the guy from Django. Is that, you know...
Oh, the German guy?
The German guy, yeah, from the Inglourious Bastards as well. The German guy.
I love that guy.
Yeah, he was in Water for Elephants.
Really?
And
Okay.
I guess he was part of the guy. I guess it might have been a spoof of Ringling Brothers and Barnum, but he was like the ringmaster, and he would, you know, beat the shit out of these elephants, and he played the perfect villain, just like he played the perfect villain in every fucking movie. Great movie. And then Good Time, I believe, with Rob Pattinson.
I haven't seen it.
Good movie too, and
The Lighthouse. Was he in that movie? The Lighthouse. Is that a movie?
I'm
Is that
not
a
too
thing?
Sure.
Okay,
I'm
I
not
don't
too
know.
sure, but no, he is a great actor, and you know, I kind of want them to just push whatever they have for the Batman because I am excited about it. But
We'll see.
yeah, we'll see.
You know they're not going to put. It's the WB, man. As much as we want them to do something like they should do, they probably won't.
Didn't they need to branch off and do whatever the fuck like Zack Snyder did, and just like, you know, I'm running it my way, and we're gonna post it and create a. I mean, they own the rights to it, and that sucks because you can't just go off to like another platform like HBO Max and do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
Zack Snyder actually was approved to do whatever the fuck he wanted, but I
Yeah,
mean,
and
it was still WB. But
you know what's funny is, speaking of that, like it can happen because, I mean, look at Sony and Marvel. They're working real well together. They just released all the fucking Spider-Man movies to be released on Disney Plus.
but who has more power? Marvel, right?
Oh yeah,
Right. So
But they own, but like Sony owns Spider-Man. They own the whole Spider-Verse.
right, but you have
Venom, all that. They're talking about making Venom like a link into the
to the MCU.
yeah, like where the like Sony's Spider-Verse is like a branch of the multiverse.
Speaking of Venom, what do you think about Carnage? Did you see the trailer?
I did see the trailer.
And you're not a fan.
I love
you
Carnage.
because you don't like who plays Carnage, right?
I don't think Woody Harrelson plays a very good. He's not going to be very.
Because he's an
convincing.
A-lister, right? I mean,
Well, he's old as fuck, is
well,
what
yes,
it is.
and he's not that much of a madman. I think.
No,
you know what
he's
I mean?
not psychotic
Yeah.
like Cletus Cassidy was. You know what I mean? Like they should have got like Jackie Earl Haley to play him.
You mentioned
you know
that
what I
before.
mean?
That would be
God,
good.
he'd have been good. Like
Or even like I said, someone that you never heard of before, man. Like the way they casted fucking Clark Kent in Man of Steel. No one heard of him, man. And
with Henry Cavill? Yeah.
no one heard of him. And he did fucking fantastic. That's what I want to see more of. I want to see more people that doesn't get a lot of fucking attention, that plays these roles, and they're fucking iconic.
Well, I mean, you want to look, and the problem is that they're so far behind Marvel. Everybody's playing the Marvel game. Can you catch the MCU? You're not catching the MCU.
It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be a competition.
But it is.
It shouldn't, though.
It's always a numbers game, and it always will be. So when you think about it, like, how did the MCU start? The MCU started with Iron Man, and they cast Robert Downey Jr.
They gave him a fucking chance.
They gave him a chance to come back. They had to self-finance his insurance because nobody else would cover it. And
what's that Hustle and Flow guy doing now?
Huh?
The guy from Hustle and Flow.
Oh,
Fuck, what's his name?
Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard, man.
Oh yeah,
Like,
he's doing nothing.
Damn
But
it. Go ahead.
I mean, but think about all the casting. Who are the big three? If I say who the big three,
Spider-Man, Iron Man.
No. When you talk about the MCU, who are the big three?
Okay. Iron Man, obviously.
Right.
Thor.
Okay.
And fuck, I'm an idiot. Yeah,
Captain America.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Before Thor, who was Chris Hemsworth?
Yeah. No.
Nobody.
You're right.
Before
Fantastic Four. Before you get to Captain America. No, okay.
Yeah. I
But
mean,
no, but I know what you mean.
You remember
You're right.
Chris Evans was a goofy comic
no,
guy.
you're right.
You
No,
know what I mean?
you're right.
He was in was it Scary Movie or Not Another Teenage Movie or
Was
whatever
he-
with
was
the
he in
whipped
that?
cream bikini that he wore.
Was it? I never seen that
Yes.
teen movie, but that sucks.
Yeah, it was
No, you're right,
terrible.
man. You're right, man.
But I mean, they took the chance because they saw the talent.
But now, are they going to be able to play different roles now? Well, Chris Hemsworth can. I could see that.
yeah, he has.
But what about
Chris?
Evans?
Have you seen Knives Out?
No. Okay,
Oh, he's
no.
so
Okay,
good at
okay.
Knives
Well, good
Out
for him.
as a bad guy. Oh my god, he's super convincing.
Nice. Okay. But no, you're right, man. And I seriously think that MCU should not. I mean, even WB or DC, they should not compete. They should just like maybe work together. Or obviously, that will never happen. But just like do your thing, have MCU do their thing. I can take my kid to an MCU movie, and I can see it'll be fine if you're into that. But DC, if it's a little bit more dark, it's a little bit more violent. I think
It is. It is darker. They do deal with darker themes, but they're not translating that into the movies.
they need to use. Well, Joker did a little bit.
Kinda, but that's not
But
in
that-
the DC
that's not-
universe.
you're
Like,
right.
That's just a one-off thing that they did. You know what I mean?
Seems like we revisit this conversation.
I know.
Daily, man.
I know. It's all speculative too, so we don't really know.
It sucks. Whatever. It is what it is. Where are we in on the podcast?
I think we've just about wrapped up on time.
I would say you want to dabble in a couple pod
Oh,
decks.
yeah. Let's
Just, we close out every episode that way.
all
maybe.
right.
I don't know.
Let's hit up the Would You Rather deck.
The pod decks here. All right. I don't know.
All right, I'm shuffling.
Mm-hmm.
Every day I'm shuffling.
Not very good at it, but whatever.
Oh, would you care for me to do it like this?
Oh man, I wish we had a live stream on right now.
Oh man, if that had made a
Jesus
mess,
Christ.
holy shit, I'd have never lived that down.
That's freaking great.
The cards are really thick in my defense.
I'm
and they're
sure.
small.
Sure, justify it.
Okay.
That you're a shitty dealer. All right.
All right.
So what is this deck? This red
This
deck?
is Would You Rather.
Would you rather? Okay, you
All
can
right.
say that.
Would you rather
No.
be in shape and have a great body but an ugly face, or have a gorgeous face but be overweight? Well, I'm already have a gorgeous face. and I'm overweight.
Same here. That's an easy question. Yeah, I will take the latter and go for number 2.
Yeah.
Gorgeous
I,
face. And
I can always.
I
lose
live
weight.
that actually.
I live that every day. It's not bad. I mean, it's not great, but it's not bad.
Yeah.
All right. Would you rather work with dead people in a mortuary or work in the busiest ER trauma unit in the world?
Honestly, man, I'm not a fan of work, so I would like to work in the busiest ER because every fucking night it's gonna be something totally different, and you're gonna see compound fractures. You're gonna see I don't know, a caliper in someone's fucking skull. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I like looking at like blood and guts and stuff like that, but I don't think I could do it. I mean, you get desensitized to it, but dead bodies, man, they freak me out. Like, I don't know that I could do it.
So what would you do?
Probably the ER. I don't know. I just vomit a lot, I guess. But the dead body, like at least in the mortuary, like there's no rush.
There's no rush, right? Yeah. You cop a feel if you wanted to, right?
That's just weird. Okay.
Yeah, I read your mind, man. I see
We're
it
just
in your
going
eyes.
to move on past that. All right. Would you rather your voice sound like Gilbert Gottfried or Fran Drescher?
Oh, they're both just as bad.
I know. I'm going to have to go Gilbert
Godfrey, man. Just because I can squint my eyes and talk. Have you ever heard him talk normally, like without the? Because that's not the way he talks.
Oh, really?
It's hilarious, man. Like, what the hell? And or maybe he was acting that.
I don't know. I've seen
But-
him on stand-up specials, and like, I think that's how he really talks.
Well, maybe whenever he changed his voice, he was acting. Maybe
yeah,
that is the way he
maybe.
talks. I don't know, but yeah, Gilbert Godfrey.
All right.
Oh shit, we got a good one here.
Would you rather go on a road trip with Donald Trump or O.J. Simpson?
Damn it, that's interesting. Actually, we all know who he did it, so I think I would say Donald Trump. Not because I'm a fan, but because I really want to know what the fuck this guy is about.
Yeah.
Because
Because you don't know.
You
You,
really
don't know
don't.
if he's playing like, is he? everybody assumes that he's just dumb and he's playing everybody, and he's just an idiot. But something tells me that like
There's more to it.
there's more to it
Yeah.
than that. You know what I mean?
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
And I don't want to dig. But I mean, honestly, it's he's a fucking
gotta
very
give-
rich man for a reason.
Well, and you
know
gotta,
what the fuck he's doing.
I don't give a fuck if you agree with his politics or his racism or whatever. The motherfucker's funny. Like, Jesus Christ.
His bits on Rosie O'Donnell.
Oh my God. Like,
like,
you
God
can't
damn
take that away from him. He's funny.
And
It's funny because he doesn't give a fuck.
he doesn't give a fucking. And that's the thing. Like, I don't like the guy, whatever. But I mean, the guy talk. He exploits the guy talk because he does it behind a fucking microphone.
Oh, yeah.
All guys talk like that, especially with a few beers in their system.
Case in point.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So I mean, punch him in the pussy, right?
Grab him by the
Oh,
pussy.
grab him by the same shit.
Oh, is it? Okay. Would you rather see one of your parents having an affair or see your spouse having an affair?
My parents.
Yeah, I'd rather see.
Yeah, I don't want to see my spouse having an affair.
Yeah, no thanks. I'd rather see one of my parents having an affair.
Unless you're trying to have a way out, and you may want to see your spouse have an affair. But
That's
I mean,
true.
that's not my case.
Like Daniel, have you ever listened to Daniel Tosh's stand up?
No.
Where he's
Yeah,
talking
of course,
about, where he's like, he talks about he doesn't like being in a relationship, but, and he's being sarcastic, but he's like, he goes, you want to know what I want to see every day when I get home, I want to walk in the house and catch her blowing somebody and just be like, oh shit, can't do that. I'm out of here.
Speaking of Daniel Tosh, it's hilarious.
All right, last one. Would you rather pull a tooth with a pair of pliers or brand yourself with a cattle prod?
I probably brand myself
Me too.
just because it'll be a funny story.
Yeah,
I can
and-
show it to people.
Yeah, and honestly, like, I've been burnt with something that hot before. It doesn't hurt because it sears the nerves off.
Really.
Yeah, it hurts afterwards for a couple of days, like kind of like a really bad sunburn. Well, actually, it hurts like a really bad burn. But I mean, at least you have all your teeth.
That's funny. That's funny you say that. 'Cause at work, I damn near serrated my fucking finger off with a box cutter through my fingernail, and I was like in shock. Like, what the hell? Like, that's hanging. I went to. I had nothing. I had no, like, I think it's benzene or benzene, whatever, the brown stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't have, or peroxide. I didn't have that. I had rubbing alcohol. Like, I got to clean it because it was a fucking blade. And all right, so I poured the alcohol, a little bit on it actually. I didn't feel nothing. I poured it all on there. I didn't feel nothing, and it's crazy because it cleaned out those nerves right there. And you know, it's fine. You know, when I went to the doctor was like, "Well, we're gonna have to stitch it through your fingernail." And I'm like, no, motherfucker, just give me a butterfly bandage, give me a splint, and a tetanus shot, and we're good. And you know, it's fine. It's perfect.
I mean, it's not perfect, but it's
Well,
passable.
it's funny. The fingernail does grow a little differently, but it's nothing. I mean, I still able to shred on the axe, you know.
Yeah, well, I mean, my cut was quite significantly worse.
Oh
than
yes,
yours,
yes.
where it did sever the nerves, and it's funny because laterally down my finger, I have like a phantom nerve pain, and like I can't really feel the top half of my finger and half of my fingertip.
Oh really? Now?
Yeah, I can't feel anything. Like I can kind of feel it, but it doesn't feel. It's not as sensitive. You know, I feel like the nerves are kind of growing back, but like on the fingertip, especially, like I can't really feel like just this half of it.
Wow, that's fucking crazy.
Isn't that weird?
That's crazy. Well, you can use that to justify your bass playing. Whenever someone critiques,
Wow.
hey, you know what? I got to stick to my roots, baby.
I do that sometimes. I'm like, man, I can't pull that off like my finger. You know, they're like, you couldn't play that before.
Yeah, carousel? No, not happening.
Fuck you.
No, you play a mean carousel. I'm sorry. Blink-182 reference, whatever. But it's been fun. We're not gonna wait another month.
No, we are
this
not.
episode.
We are going to get back on this schedule on a regular basis, and hopefully, I make no promises, but maybe next episode we'll live stream. I can't wait to show you guys what's going on in the podcast studio. I'll just say this: Jake has called me psychotic.
Yeah, he has an obsession. I can't
So
wait.
I've been collecting. I'll just put it this way.
Well, no, explain your calf tattoo.
This will explain my calf
okay,
tattoo.
well.
So, okay. On my right calf, I have a tattoo of a Darth Vader Pez dispenser, and you can Google a Pez dispenser if you don't know what a Pez dispenser is. But I've been collecting Pez since I was 15, 16 years old. I got lazy about it in the last probably 15 years where I didn't collect individual dispensers. I just have other shit going on. I don't remember what dispensers I have. I didn't have anywhere to display them in my house. My wife kind of doesn't like them. She likes some of them, and we'll put some of them up that are in the collector's tins. So the ones that I buy now are just the ones that are full collections in the collection tins. So my buddy Brian, who at KTX Woodworks, who built our podcast table, built me some pretty rad ass fucking Pez racks for me to put my Pez dispensers on, and we counted them out, and it is 340 Pez dispensers on the racks.
That's being displayed.
Yeah, that's just what's up on the walls right now. And then I have 4 big totes of stuff that's not out yet that are still in the packages that I'll put up.
Are these loaded?
No, hell no.
That'd be hilarious. If they were
The
loaded.
Pez would be so old.
I would
20-year-old Pez.
Yeah, it's okay, this is gonna be a truth. I mean, a dare.
This is
when Paul gets on.
This is my 20-year high school reunion this year.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
20 years. So there is some newer stuff up there, but there is some there are some pretty rare Pez stuff that you don't really see that often anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you're doing some stuff, I don't know I have to go back and look and see which ones are the super rare ones, but there's a lot of Simpsons ones up there. I don't know if you see. There's a lot of. If you see next to that Snoopy one over there with the pink stem, you see the Jack in the Box Pez dispenser that they gave out. You had to buy from Jack in the Box. They were $1.99.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Back in the day when I was in high school, they were selling those.
I see that. That's hilarious.
And then over here on the top, the first 4 over here, these are mini Pez
I see the fucking
dispensers.
Cheerios.
So those came in the General Mills, I think. So it's the
I see
Lucky
it. Yeah,
Charms
Lucky
guy,
Charms.
the Trix Rabbit, Sunny the Cocoa Puffs bird, and then the Honey Nut Cheerios guy. So those
Not to be confused with the HLMP lightning bug.
Yeah, you gotta beware what those signs say.
Oh, we're showing the age right now, and you are going to your 20th year.
20 high school. I'm not going
you
to it.
You're not going to it? Why not?
Because all the people that I liked in high school, I'm still friends with, and I still see on a regular
but it'd
basis.
be hilarious just to get drunk and just make a scene.
No, because they're making you buy tickets. I'm not paying to go make an ass out of myself. I do that for free every day.
In 2 years, they'll be mine. Okay, do they even have it organized? Are they doing
No,
it?
they're putting it out. They're like, who wants to get together? What bar should we hang out at? I'm like, fuck all you guys.
Yeah, no one's going to show up. Never mind.
I was like, if y'all did this shit at the high school, maybe. But it's not like a movie. Look, I'll tell you
It's not like American Pie.
It's not like a fucking movie, okay? Yeah. The way that it works is when you show up to your 20 with social media and shit like that, you show up to your 20-year high school reunion, this is the way it works. If you show up, all the people that you're still friends with, the people are the people that you want to be friends with.
Right.
So you're still friends with them. So all of y'all congregate in one area. Yeah. And then all the popular kids, they're all still friends. They hang out in another area. And then those are the only people that go.
Yeah.
All the fucking stoners and shit, they don't go to that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And all the people that would be in a clique outside of the people that I hung out with in high school, I don't want to see them.
Right.
I don't give a fuck about them.
Yeah.
Mostly. So the people that I hang out with who I hung out with in high school, my wife, Brian, Landrum, and my friend Holly that lives down the street. I see them all the time.
Yeah, that's hilarious. No, I can see that.
You know what I mean? Why the fuck? That's oh man, who would you hang out with? You see Paul all the time. So why the fuck would you go to your high school reunion to go hang out with Paul and make fun of people?
Because you're hanging out with Paul to make fun of people.
That's true.
That's
a fair point. If I went to high school with Paul, I probably would go to my high school reunion just for that.
Just be in the corner with a buck and bottle crown
Just
Two
give him
red solo cups.
mushrooms. Let him,
That's his forte. Not mine.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Let him partake, and then
And give me more of a reason why we were never friends with these people in the first place.
just
Why
remind me. 20
Yeah.
years. I need, yeah.
It's fucking hilarious, but yeah, you're right. You're right.
Anyway, so on that note, that is what's going on, gentlemen. No Class style. So mark your calendars, buy your tickets. Comic Palooza, July 17th and 18th. Sure. Make your way over to Eureka Heights. They are opening back up in a big way. Shoot those guys some business. We want to get more events out at the tap room out there. 941 West 18th Street. Drive-thru still open. Fizzy Pants out there. They still got the Crispy Boys of Summer, their new lagers, which is really funny because they're making fun of people. They're like the Crispy Boys of Summer are like Trent, Richard, Tanner, and they're all like trust fund names. Trust fund
that's
baby
hilarious.
names. I don't know. That's but what's
hi Mark.
Yeah. What's funny is that. What's funny is that my stepmom's sister, her youngest son, her son's name is Tanner.
Oh, no.
So there's a beer called Tanner.
Yeah.
Anyway,
That's
so
fucking awesome.
On that note, I have been Rob,
And I am Jake.
and we have been Gentlemen No Class, and it is always our pleasure hanging out with you guys. Catch us on the next episode. I promise it will not be as far removed as this one is, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.
Oh, yeah. Fucking Paul. We gotta change it. Am I muted? I hope I'm not muted.
No, you're not.
Cool. Because Paul, I think he comes up with some new outro music.
Yeah, we need some new. This song sucks. This is the worst fucking song. It sounds like a
God damn it.
It sounds like a ripoff of the Stranger Things theme song.
It is. I personally like the Doogie Howser one when he had fucking like keyboard. Was it a keyboard or like a high bass or something like that?
I don't know. This is garbage. In fact, we don't have anything else to put on, so this is what we end up with.
Oh, that's fucking classic Paul. This is like, when at the end of Hulk, the TV show, whenever he's walking and trying to fucking hitch a ride.